Hi everyone, I am Wampambe Elijah from BBC and I'm here to present to you our group work which was to automate loan amortization, uh, the loan amortization process using a VBA. So VBA is a developer that is in a Microsoft Excel. So if you are on your home screen, you come to your developer and you click on Visual Basic and voila, you are in. So we've been given a question of helping this company called Shema, which which has a women's circle whereby they're used to having people to do their record keeping, like they file everything using hands. And the first task, the first task we were given is to actually create a login authentication. The login authentication is to help us to for someone the only authorized users to access the system. So they told us to have our username to be BBC and our password to be 2025. So what is our first step? The first step is to open VBA and we create what we call a form. How do we create a form? You click on this guy here, you click on insert user form and you can create a form. You see, when I click here, I would have inserted a new form. Then the next step is to actually rename the form. So how do you rename the form? If this is not there, you come and right click on the form and go to properties and rename this form to be login form. So because I already have this named as login form, it will not allow me to actually create this kind of form. That's why that is there. But that's how you rename. Second thing is to put the different labels and the different text box. Let me show you. So first is you come and click here and you go to our toolbox. So our toolbox, when it comes, you'll see that it has different properties. It has different properties. For example, our label, you put our label. This will help us to rename what this thing will be. For example, you can name this as user name. Then you can put another label right here, and this is to rename. You name it as password. Then after putting our label, you need to put the text box where the actual username and password will be. So our text box is here. So we just put there user name. Then so our password you can put there password. So now this is where the people will actually enter in their password. Then you can do other things like maybe increasing the font. Yeah, only going to do this for only this one. Then for others, since you have already understood, you can do it. So you can come to font. I have selected all of them. Actually, I can just select all of them like this. Then I go to font and I give them bold. I can bold them. Then I give them the font size 12. Then you see they are bigger. They are bigger. So now you can increase, adjust them accordingly so that they look good. Um, like that. So basically, just like that, you have created your login form. But it is not yet done. The last thing you need to put the command button. The command button is the one which executes the different commands. It's the one which will get the username and password. That's why you put the different um, if commands, for example, so that only authorized people can access. So you can rename this to be login. So for example, if a person clicks login, it should take him straight there. So that's it. So it's the same thing I've created here, and I'm going to be showing you what I've done, and I'm going to be explaining. So this is what I created, the same thing I've created for you. Then after creating your form, as I've illustrated, you double click on your login, and it will give you where you're going to be executing your different commands. Now, the first thing to do, you are going to write what we call dim. What does dim do? Dim, it helps you um, to insert the different variables. It is what is used to identify that this is a variable that is going to be used in our program. That is, so you insert dim, then our username and password, then you give them a data type. So for these two, the data type is going to be string. Why? Because string allows you to input both text and numbers. For example, if you can have a password which is like Wampamba Elijah 123, Wampamba Elijah at 123. So it allows you to put all those characters without restriction. Now, after doing that, you need to allocate in which form this will be fed. So for example, the username wanted to be fed in this. So let me explain this. Me represents that you're going to be getting the information from that form, from that same form, which is the login form. Then username, it is the name of the form. So you will see that this side, I renamed this first text box to be username. Eh? Then this one I named it to be password. So uh, this shows the text box name. Then this one shows that you shows the program that you'll be actually entering text into that text box. Now, after doing that, you will come and you put your command, uh, your 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 command. You say that if username is equal to BBC, which is the username they gave us in the question, and the password is 2025, what will happen? Then our message box will produce login successful. Then, comma, you put a VB information. Information, it is a blue sign that shows that that shows that the information you are feeding is correct. I'm going to show you everything. Then this it helps you to go to the next form. So once the password and the username are true, this thing takes you to another form. Once they are not true, you remain on the same form. Then upload me, it will upload the your this one. What it does, upload me, it closes this form, then it puts all the focus to the other form. Now, if the information is invalid, so that's why we're having else. Our message box will produce invalid username and password. Let me show it to you. For example, if I run this program here and you come to username and I put BBC and my password to be 2025, it will give me login successful. Now, this is what we call the VB information. This thing, this circle thing right here, VB information. So it is just shows you, yeah, it just looks good. Yeah, and it shows you that your information is successful. Now, have you seen this the name of the form dot show? This I'm going to explain later. Now, what if you put wrong details? What if I put wrong details? So I go here and I put wrong details, and I put maybe this is that, then information this is that. This is what I'm going to do. It's going to tell you that invalid username and password. Are you seeing that? Yes. Now there's something else I explained, which is this one. So this is the name of the next entry point. It's the next form. And here you can see that this is the form. It's called the loan entry form. So we put the loan entry forms dot show. That means that if this is successful, it will take you to that next form. So you see that if I'm here and I put the right details, BBC, it will take me to the, if I click OK, it can take me to the form Hope you have understood. So yeah, congratulations. You have learned how to do the first question. The second question says that loan entry form. It says that create a user form to capture loan details such as member ID, name, loan amount, interest rate, repayment period in months. When the user clicks submit, the system should calculate the monthly repayment using PMT uh-huh, function and save the record to worksheet named loan application. Named loan application. So what are you going to do? First of all, you create a new form. I already showed you how to create a new form. So you come right here and create a new form. Then you rename it as loan entry point. Then you put the different labels which they have told us. Then you put the text boxes. So in this, I preferred that I just keep them the same name, that text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, text box 4, 5, so that I can easily. Then they have told us to, if someone clicks the submit, that means you need to create a command button that has the word submit. Yeah, you should follow the question or what your client is telling you. If they prefer login, that's okay. But here they prefer submit because this is not logging in. Actually, you're submitting the information for the different clients. So now, long press the submit and let's go into how we programmed it as the group. The first thing is to declare the variables. So I told you use dm to declare the variables. So dm ws. So we want to use ws as the shortcut for the worksheet. So everywhere you will see ws, you will be meaning the worksheet. Which worksheet? This worksheet right here, which they told us to rename as loan application. Loan application. So every time you see the ws, it will be showing you this worksheet called loan application. Thank you very much for keeping on up to now. All right. Now you see, we declared that our members will be strings, name will be strings, loan will be double. Why is it double? Because sometimes you can have a loan which has points. For example, if you have like 1 million point this and this point this, that's why we're using double. Then months will be long. Um, then our monthly repayments double. Yeah. So this one is just gives it shows you that you're going to actually have the next, it takes you to a next row. It is just declaring that you'll be having a next row somewhere there. Now after doing that, we're going to do some validation of this input. Now let's imagine together if someone just presses the submit. Let me show you. This someone first just presses the submit. Sorry, oopsie. If someone just presses the submit like this, are you seeing that they are not actually submitting this work? It's saying please fill in these fields before. So this is the importance of this next step I am introducing you to. So it says if me, this form, text box 1, what is text box 1? Text box 1, it is this first, the member ID. If it doesn't have anything, hmm, or even the next one doesn't have everything, even the next one doesn't have anything, even the next one doesn't have up to our last one, then it will produce a message which please fill in the field before submitting. Then comma VB exclamation. VB exclamation um VB exclamation is this comma here which shows an error. Which shows an error. So you have seen that. Yes. So that is VB exclamation. Then it will show that this will show that there is some mixing data. That's what it will show. Then after doing all this, you need to end the if, because if you don't end the if, it will create some error. All right. Then after doing that, we go to verification, validating the is different data. For example, imagine that someone writes numbers in a place, for example, username, yet there is no one named in numbers. So that will show them an error. So you will say that if not is numeric, it means that if that thing is not in numbers, hmm, then me text box 3 dot value. So this one is just showing you me. It means this form. This is the text box name. Then value shows that you are going to be having values there. It means then it's going to produce a message that that our loan that please enter a valid name for the loan amount. Then it will put this exclamation mark, which is the error I've shown you. So let me show this to you. So this is going to repeat between the loan amount, the interest rate, and the monthly period. Let me show you. Now, imagine you're here and your ID is correct. Your name, you're called Mugisha Petelo, and your loan amount, you put it in words, and this one is correct, and this one is correct. When you submit, you see it has told you that please enter a valid number for loan amount. Now imagine I do this and I put a right one, and in the interest I put letters. It will show you put for interest. So this first of all, it helps you to know where you have done an error, to locate it very fast. Yeah, hope you're understanding. So that's the use of this step right here. It's very, very important, because you wouldn't like someone to put letters uh, in your loan amount. Yes. So now this step is done. That's the purpose of this step. All right. Now, after we are going to assign values, assigning value. So now this was just for making sure that everything has something. Now this one, it is for assigning values. So assigning value to, that's why we did that. Our member ID, we allocate where our member ID will be. Our member name, where it will be. This I've already explained. Now, I would like to interest you in the interest, because it is interesting. Okay, no, sorry. I want to interest you in the interest rate, because what they gave us is in years. We want to reduce it to be in months. So that's why we did divide by 100, divide by 12. So we want to get this whole value of the interest and divide it 100 times, because interest, you know that it is the interest is out of 100. So we divide it out of 100, and so this makes it to be in monthly. Yeah, then month, the same thing. The next step is to validate the different data types you have entered. Imagine someone puts a negative, imagine someone gets a loan of 1 million, and in the input you have negative 1 million. That will be an error, which is very costly. So this is the importance of this step here. So it is showing you that loan amount should be the loan amount should be less or equal to 0. So you don't need any errors. It should be, that means that this one, it should be 0 and above. You can't have a negative loan. Then or the month is this. So if this is less or equal to 0, and the months are less or equal to 0, and the interest is 0, then the message box will produce that the loan amount and period must be greater than 0, and the interest can't be negative. Then there is this VBA exclamation to show you an error. Let me show it to you practically, so that you know what we are meaning. For example, if you're here and you have the same ID, then in our someone puts a negative. negative 100,000. It is going to show you, okay, let me make this to be 15 so that we see what you're having. Are you seeing? It's showing that the loan amount and must be greater than zero and the interest can't be negative. So this can't be negative. Now imagine this is correct and you're having a negative 15. Hmm? It was also going to give you an error. So that's the importance of this step right there. All right. Then the next thing is so that's the importance of this step. Now we're going to learn how to save the different data. How to save the different data into our sheet. So select set WS. Remember that WS is the shortcut for worksheet. So set worksheet to be equal to this workbook.sheets. So this is just to locate the sheet you want to put the data. So our sheet is called the loan application, and this is the sheet right here. So this is where we want to save our data. Hope we are still together. Then um then this one, it helps us to make sure that we don't have errors like if for example, if you put information in A1, the next information should go in A2. Yeah, so this takes you to the next row. Okay, takes you to the next row. So that's the importance of this formula. So what this formula does is that um so that's what this formula does. That's what this formula does. Then this one, this shows you how the data will be put in. So do we like in the cell in the next row of the first column, hmm, we'll be having the member ID. In the next one, we'll be having the member name. The next one will be having the loan amount. The next one will be having this the month and the. So I think this is supposed to be. Let me see. Should be repayment period. Um, so that's what will be there. So this will be um, repayment. Let me see. Sorry, period. Yes. So this shows that this name, this that this these things will be like they will be named like automatically. They'll be named automatically by using this formula. Then how to create the repayment schedule. Repayment schedule. So now here they told us in our question that for each successful loan submission, the system should automatically create a loan worksheet named after the member, which is having loan, then this sign, then the name of the person. So so we are here. So you write this call, then create loan repayment schedule. So here you're creating another. This is another like variable. Then in this loan repayment schedule, you'll be having this variable. So you'll be like calling the variables which you have used in earlier in the other process when you are entering. You'll be calling these ones here. That's what you'll be calling. Then yes. So after you putting everything there, it will show like if everything is successful, it will show this message that your loan has been served successfully. Yes. All right. So then after you doing that, it will clear the form. This is what you use to clear the form in order for you to fill in the next to fill in the information for the next person. Then after you put your exit sub so that you exit this form. All right. So in case of any errors, this formula here, this function here helps us that in case of any error that side, you produce this message that error calculating the repayment or what, so that it shows you where the error is. So that's the use of this. So in case of any error, this message will be created. Now we are moving to our final thing, and thank you for sticking around, which is actually they told us that you need to create a separate sheet for the different people who get loans, a separate sheet. So how to do this is simple. Um, you create a new, so you repeat like everything. So this is like a new code. So this was our first code, and now this is our second code. So we put it in private, so because so that this is it's like you don't want to show that, it's like you're hiding the code from the end users. Then you remember this create repayment schedule. So we are trying to create a repayment schedule for the different people. Then this what will this repayment schedule have? It will have the member name, the string, the loan, yeah, and you declare the variables. This we have already looked at them. So you declare the variables. Then this one is going to help us to actually do the looping. For example, if a person is to pay the loan in the period of like 10 months, it will create 10 months in that person's sheet, and it will calculate the different interest and principal this person will have to pay. So this is going to help us to calculate the loop. Then the other thing is we are going to create a we are going to, because we have been given this thing of the member should be named like this on his sheet. So you have loan, then this kind of thing, then the name. So how is that done? It is done by this, that if the member name is empty, then the member name, a word which is unknown will come. So there are some members who, for example, maybe if the name was lost, if the name was lost or it's not known, this message will be produced. Then our sheet name, yes, this sheet name, like a new sheet name will be created, like right away here. Um, it will have the loan, and so it's going to replace this loan. It's going to have a loan and the name. So we'll have a member, we have a loan, and this I think it's joining two variables. So and replace member name, then it will have, let me show it to you practically. For example, if you're here and you say this, then you put in your first person as that's the ID, and the name is Sebintu, Sebintu, Joshua, and the loan, it's let's say it's 1 million, or let's say it's 10 million, then our interest is 20%. Then it's going to pay this in a period of let's say 20 months and submit. So automatically you will see that it has created a new sheet of loan saving to, and it has created this automatically, and it's calculating the interest and the principal. Hmm? Yes. So that's what I was meaning. Yeah. So that's where this function comes in. Then we are setting the the repayment sheet. The repayment sheet is that sheet of the user. So what does it do? We say set repayment sheet to be equal to this sheet dot add. So adds, it is the one that adds the new sheet. This function here is the one which adds the new sheet. And our repayment sheet will be named as sheet name. And you remember our sheet name, we have already declared it here. So it will just get the function which here and puts it there. Alright. And we are saying that this sheet should have this. What should it have? This sheet will have, that's why I use this function with. So we are saying that this new sheet will have in A1 it will have it will automatically put there month, then B1 it will have interest, then C1 it has principal, then D1 it will have the ending month, then D up to 1. So this one it is just a cool thing. You can have it or not have it. It will just make the words to be bold. Yeah, it will just make the words to be bold. So that's why you have in front bold. Yeah. Then after you have our balance, which will go in the loan. Um, so balance equals to loan. Uh, you remember when you feed in the first, it gives you the loan. So this is the amount you feed in the other initial form, the loan. So it will use this one as the balance. To use this as the what? The balance. Then in that you will calculate your interest, you calculate the principal, then the balance will be equal to that. Yeah. Thank you very much for following and being with us in the whole of this. Yeah, thank you for learning.